Hello, it's Brandon Jackson, and shout out to Progress Report. I love you guys so much. Let's definitely do this again ASAP. Love y'all.
The Progress Report.
What's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard. This is another episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report, and I am so honored to have Brandon T. Jackson in the building.
What up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Okay,
Amazing
well,
right now.
thank you for being here. I got a salute to Mercedes for connecting the dots.
Yes. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Mercedes. Thank you so much, Mercedes.
Yes. So, I want this conversation to be more so we getting to know you, the person.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like I love being in a space where we can actually get to, learn about people that we see on the big screen and people that we grew up watching and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, my first question is, who is Brandon T. Jackson?
Who is Brandon T. Jackson? Brandon T. Jackson is a man born from a son of two pastors, Detroit. I grew up mostly in the hood and the suburbs. I come from I would say pretty well-off family. My grandfather was also a pastor, both of them, and they always had businesses and car washes in the '60s. So it was always like ministry and business. So that's kind of the line I come from. So uh, I've 9 brothers and sisters. It's 9 of us. I'm the youngest of boy. I'm number 5, youngest boy. But I was the youngest up till I was like 14. Um, I come from a lot of prayers in the family. You know what I'm saying? I really come from that type of. I was the pastor's son. So that played a lot on how I'm shaped today, and yeah, I mean that's kind of who I am I'm a father. I have 4 children. Um, I'm just trying to fill y'all in. I mean, I have locks now. I mean,
We gonna get into that.
yeah. So, uh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like me in a nutshell.
Okay.
I grew up in a primarily, uh, I would say, affluent black neighborhood, and also a 90% Jewish neighborhood. So I grew up, yeah. I grew up in West Bloomfield, Michigan, and Detroit. So 7 Mile, Woodward, and West Bloomfield. That's kind of my years of all.
Got
Yeah.
you. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm from the Midwest myself, so I know what it's like to be in places where it's cold and it get hot,
Oh,
different
yeah.
seasons and stuff. So interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so with you just having such a, just specific background,
Hmm.
especially just growing up in a family where, religion is number one and just
Yeah.
is at the forefront, really. How did you get interested in entertainment?
Well, my parents wanted me to get in ministry, and I was actually
sure.
supposed to be the youth pastor, but I'm happy I wasn't, because I'll probably not be a good youth pastor. Uh, because I always had, a rebellious side, I would say, to myself, and still to this day, I do rebel against kind of certain structures. So I was like, how can I reach people, without kind of like preaching?
Okay.
So that's where I started doing stand-up comedy. I started touring around Detroit around when I was like 13, 14.
Wow.
My first comedy show was in the church. It was a talent show, youth talent show that we had,
Wow.
youth night, and I did a stand-up comedy thing there. And from there, I just kept doing comedy. I was okay. Let me not preach, but I still wanted the mic. So
For sure.
Look, I know you guys are tuned into the episode, but I need you to like and subscribe to our channel right now. Let's go.
So why comedy? What was it about comedy?
I don't know. I was always funny, but I always been hilarious. In my family, everybody funny. I got cousins that's funnier than us, funnier than me. All of us are really, really hilarious. And now, as a comedian and an actor, because I am an actor too.
Yep.
I can do drama and comedy.
Yep.
That's why I wouldn't say I'm the king of dramedy, but I can do both pretty evenly. And sometimes you see certain people that can't do both. So I would say comedy.
Facts.
Comedy for me, I don't know. I was always funny. I would always observe stuff and ask questions, and when I would say it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be funny.
Got you.
Just truth.
Okay. No, that's tight. So for you, was it difficult or easy being a PK?
The suffrage of any religion of never feeling good enough, and it's like, it's like I think humans, we're still evolving and finding out what's the best way to do anything.
Of course.
It's just being that strict upbringing, I would say, can cause you to rebel. But at the same time, how can I say what I want to say? Morality is needed, but it's just too much of it could be, kind of, crazy. I remember one time, my dad, the organist was playing Tupac on and all the 90s hip hop songs. My dad didn't know that, so the whole church was going crazy because he playing, the worldly music, and we knew it, and the youth knew it, but my dad didn't know it. So he would get, when he found out, somebody said, that's Biggie.
Oh my goodness.
My dad, I remember never forget it. He got so mad. So he told the organist, "Ain't nobody will play nothing but godly music in this house of God." And then he made everybody burn all the Tupac tapes. He's made all the youth, because he heard the lyrics.
No.
Yeah, it was so bad. He brought all the Tupac tapes up. And this is my dad. He's much more chill now. But this one, he was just like, if it ain't about God, y'all, you know what I mean? We ain't having it. You know what I mean? But it's always going to be something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it don't matter if you're going to a Kurt Franklin trip or going over, the Six Flags or to Cedar Point, that bus ride, somebody was hooking up in the back of the bus.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You go on a youth trip and somebody, it's like, you know what I mean? Somebody getting fingered in the back of the
No. The bus was
the
crazy.
The bus of the church, it was the worst. It's like, it was the worst. Like,
no, for sure, I'm sure.
It's like, when'd you get pregnant? At the youth trip. That's when she got pregnant. Yeah.
Hollering.
But yeah.
Okay.
Balance.
Respect. Balance. I got you. Okay, so 2 questions in one. At what point did your family come around to support, and maybe they always supported from the beginning, and how did you walk in your faith while still going down this journey?
They always supported me. My dad, I said, "Dad, give me 6 months to make it.
Okay.
Or I'll come back and be a youth pastor." So if I don't make it in 6 months, I'm gonna come back and work for the church. So I was like, and I never forget, I made a promise to God about becoming famous, and he kept his end of the bargain, and I'm just now keeping mine. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not on an illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But my agent is, okay? He's in He would get me rolled so good. I'm like, hold on, do I gotta suck a dick for this? Like, nope, we already did that for you.
Hollering.
All times at 8 a.m. Nah, but so because I'm not an Illuminati, well, I don't think I am. I had to get all my power from God. And now when I say power, I mean, like, it comes from the source, source energy. And I made that promise. Like I said, I had 6 months to make it, and I told God, this is what I want to do, and this is how I will help people in doing that. And I'm just now starting to do what I said to do. So all the baby mamas and the chicks, they're done. All the craziness, and I'm out. It's out of my system now. It's time
to
beat the journey and do what you're supposed to do. So they were supportive, and I ended up getting road bounced 2 weeks into. I got my agent the first week. I was in LA. I got my agent the first week. I did 3 minutes at the Laugh Factory at Chocolate Sundays, and got an agent that night. And then I was in Road Bounce. Was my second movie I auditioned for. It was Road Bounce.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Transitioning to LA, how was that from coming to the Midwest? Did you go out to LA before, or did you just go for it?
It was fun, man. I had a great time. You know what I mean? I did forget a lot of what I was taught going out there. So I wouldn't call myself the prodigal son, but I did forget a lot of my spiritual background. You gotta explore.
And you was young.
Young, I was 19. I mean, come on. Like,
yes.
So it was that was my college. I didn't go to college. I went straight to straight to my grad school was Tropic Thunder, pretty much.
Mm.
You know, I was 22 when I did that film. So
Wow.
yeah, I was young when I did that movie.
Yeah.
I just thought it was normal. You know, I always believed that God could do anything
For sure.
if you put yourself in the right position. And I think I'm just now getting up to that point again where I believe again. Not with God, but just faith in general for my career, different things. Like, you guys haven't seen me in a while.
Yeah.
And I've been out of the spotlight for like some years now. So
Yeah, no, we definitely gonna get there. Trust me, I got the whole setup for you.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I
we gonna
understand.
get there. I want you to talk about, first opening for like the Wayne Brady's and the Chris Tuckers.
So I remember I opened for Chris Tucker at the Comedy Store, and I bombed miserably because this was Chris Tucker, at his height. This was Rush Hour.
Oh,
Chris Tucker.
Okay.
Rush Hour 2 was coming out. Nobody wanted, when he got on stage, it was nuts. So I went after Chris Tucker, number one, which is the worst. And then at the time, I wasn't that seasoned, and a lot of comedians will be jealous. They were jealous of me at the time because I was young doing movies, and they didn't want me to do stand up too. They tried to gatekeep the stand up, even to this day. They don't even know how funny I am, and I'm not trying to be like, this is a God-given talent. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are like, he do stand up. I'm like, wow, yes. And we got the special coming out, Chest Styles coming
Yes, sir.
out very soon. And it's really great. And if people don't like it, they just hating on it, and I don't care because it's telling my story. But now I'm writing a whole new hour, and it's just pumping them out. But I remember all these comedians would just hate on me because I wasn't supposed to be able to do acting and comedy, And at the time, I guess, I don't know, I was getting a lot of girls. So
Very attractive.
I don't really see myself as being attractive like that. I don't know, but I started being cast as handsome.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, he's handsome, he's funny, he can do drama, he can do comedy, and then everyone just piled on me, and they just hated on me. Yeah. So I bombed there, and my haters loved it, and I was only like 19, and then I would do other shows, and Chris Tucker and Sinbad would take me on the road sometimes and open up for them just to get better and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yo, I know you're looking at this episode and you're feeling it right now, but look, stop real quick and make sure y'all like, subscribe to our channel. It's the progress report.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so out of the people that hated, who was some people that wrapped their arms
Rip
around you?
Michaels taught me how to be, I would say, a real comedian by putting the pressure on me in New York. I learned how to be a comedian in New York. Like, ripping rooms, going, like, when I was shooting a show called Deadbeat on Hulu, I lived in New York for that whole time. So in the morning, I would go to the set, and as soon as we yell cut, I'm at the comedy clubs. I'd be just so tired the next day. In Brooklyn, I'm going to all these comedy. I just wanted to get really, really good. And that was like my Rocky 3 of, like, when Apollo took Rocky back to the hood to learn comedy.
Got you.
That was that for me, and it was just great. That experience now. Anytime I'm because when you work in new material, you proud, like even tonight I'm working new material. You don't know whether it's gonna hit or not. So people can say, oh well, he's this or we don't know, because you get sick of doing your old stuff. And I always remember that time in New York, going hard. Brooklyn, this, like, being in Jamaican clubs where they're not even paying attention. You just in there talking while everybody walking around trying to do jokes.
Wow.
And they playing them horns. I'm like, bro, this is not comedy.
Yeah.
So if you can stop the room and make them laugh in the middle of everybody walking around, you got the guy on the mic, pull it. I'm like, how are we supposed to do jokes with the dude, the reggae DJ talking?
Yeah.
Then they cut the music on. If you're not funny, cut it off. It was craziness. It's full crazy. I'm like, it's not even comedy. And you got like 5 seconds to be funny.
Yeah.
New York don't play, especially black New York. They call your name. You like, what's up? They be like, no. Is there a ghost in here? You know what I'm saying? Stop. They love that. But Rip Michaels was the one who, to this day, he always helped me out as a stand-up comic, and I'm trying to return the favor as an actor and a producer with him. If he just answers his phone, then we can return that favor.
Respect, and we gonna get into that too. I know your first, independent.
Sorry, I'll be going.
No, you good. But trust me, I got it. Look, we're gonna get into all the topics. I promise you. Okay, so I want to get into, getting the role bounce role.
Mm-hmm.
How did life change? How did life change once you got it and once?
Well, I wouldn't call myself handsome. I would say just for me. I don't know. I don't feel like role bounce was like. I remember I used to holler at girls, and they'd be like, okay, And then I remember one time my trailer came on. I was hollering at this girl at a bar, and my trailer comes on, and she was like trying to shade me. I was like, hold on, I'm on TV. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, right. And immediately I watch her go from this to that.
Mm-hmm.
Completely 360. So I watched how film and television
that's crazy
literally can make you hot all of a sudden. That's why I was like, I don't believe the hype of me being handsome at all. But yeah, it changed. Everything changed. Everybody was when you become famous, and even now, like I'm not feeling my fame as much now because I'm not relevant until my TV show comes out.
Mm-hmm.
In December.
Okay.
December 26th.
Yes,
unofficial word, but that's what it's looking like.
Okay.
Shout out to Family Business New Orleans. It's a hot show.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful show. But yeah, man. Even this, they got me as like the cool dude. I own a casino, and it's like people they gonna think I own a casino. They gonna want me to drive a Lamborghini when I prefer Ferrari. Which I'm styled by the way. It's all Ferrari. I have one Ferrari style. Shout out to them. But it all changed. Movies changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
Far as people knowing me, family members. I think people have to get used to my fame, and even now, I forget I'm famous now because I'm really not. I haven't been out there, but I remember the time when I was hot and I was in everybody's face. People act stupid, and I didn't like that. I hate it.
Give me an example.
They just act dumb. Like they think you think something is. It's a lot of like personality, like management of people's personalities. And it's like, bro, I don't think that. It's like everybody wants you to do something for them. But you got a problem where it's just these expectations that people put on you. And I remember getting sick of that. I was like, man, I don't work for y'all. I work for me, and I work for God and me.
Amen.
And everybody else, I love you. I'm here to serve humanity, but not on some entitlement spirits. You know what I mean? So
sure.
If people got entitled and
okay,
you got weird.
Respect. So how was it for you at the time? Working with Shad Moss, aka Bow Wow. And of course, y'all went on later to do other roles. And how's your relationship now?
I just talked to him yesterday. I mean, I'm trying to hang out with him more. Before, I never hung out with him like that.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I hung out with him. He was like my TV friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I always hung out with him on TV, and we had great chemistry on film. In real life, we just say what's up, and we in passing. I think we should, as we get older, start to, I just always thought it was weird, it's like lottery ticket on tour or something, like Brandon and Bow Wow hanging out for real. It's like a precious moment. You see it on film, but it's cool now because we have a social media world. But back then, I always wanted to kind of save that moment for us to have a pure friendship. But we became, we have great chemistry on film.
For sure.
I was very competitive at the time. I'm still competitive, but not as much as I was then because now I'm more of a team player. Before I wasn't a team player. I was just, let me take this scene. I'm going to take this scene. I'm a body. Because I was really, really at the place where I wanted to be the best actor out of all my class. Even now, it's too many British dudes coming out now. These boys are bad. But, I just don't think, especially when I'm in my zone, nobody can match me on comedy and acting in my class. I just don't think so. Stand up, comedic acting, and drama. I just don't. I mean, unless Dams and Idris or Michael B. Jordan start doing comedy, and I would love to watch that. Not saying they can't do it.
Yeah.
But you gotta beat me at that game, and then you gotta beat me at the comedic acting game. Drama, I could probably go toe to toe with certain people, but these British dudes, man, they on a whole nother level. I gotta figure out.
They different.
Yeah, they on some other stuff, but still, we talking about both sides of the coin, drama and comedy. I don't see too many people. Family business is a drama.
Yeah.
But I'm doing stand up, tonight. Get some water while you're doing that.
Okay.
What do you say? Short my answers. I'm sorry.
No. Hell no. So the question was, do you feel a way sometimes when they do pick the British actors over the American actors?
No, because I'm going over to London and get a job.
Say that.
I'm going to shoot a movie in London pretty soon.
Okay.
Nope.
There you go, H.
Detroit City Cop in London. I'm just going to come over there.
Damn right. Now, I want to ask you
with my accent, with my American accent.
Say that. I'm weak. Now, let me ask you something. Just still being in the mindset of just first getting those big roles. You had mentioned earlier with your family, pretty much they were entrepreneurs, so to speak.
Still to this day, my family owns a network.
Okay, so with
faith-based network in 100 million homes. Yeah, it's called Impact Network. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, I forgot to tell that. Yeah, we own a faith-based network, black owned and operated.
That's hard.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like with you and finances, like as a young person, making money and getting opportunities like that, how are you with your mindset and entrepreneurship then? I'm
good now.
Okay.
I think we as black men and teachers don't teach how to manage money and the discipline. It's so hard. It's just, you gotta have discipline. And I think that our parents, especially baby boomer parents, it was always like, pray, ask God, fast. Like, I need real information. Like, I'm not going to pray over this pork because it's bad for you. Well, you're not a Muslim. I'm saying not being Muslim, it's just bad for you.
Yeah.
Y'all blessing full diabetes. You know what I'm saying? God, please bless this food. He's not going to bless diabetes. Full on sugar. You know what I'm saying? God, let these pixie sticks, Father, let the pixie sticks be nourishing for our body. No, it won't be nourishing for our body. It's no. So I don't believe that. Now I'm good with money. I'm getting better, I would say. But I know what to do with it now. I know how to, gotta manage it. It's like literally, right now, the rule is 50-30-20 or 40-30-20. I mean 40-30, 40, 40-40, 20. Wait, is that right? I don't see.
Sound about right.
Wait,
but I know what you mean, though.
50-30-20.
I know what you mean.
50% goes to your priorities. 30% goes to your wants, and 20 goes to debt. And so I've been working with that. And now, yeah, it's tough. Because when you walk into a store, like Ferrari style, and you just want to buy the whole store, and you're like, wow, this is a lot of money. And yeah, you gotta save. You gotta save. It's so hard sometimes.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what you want to do, you want to get and that's as I tell people, the goal is to get your assets to pay for your liabilities.
Absolutely.
So we got to build as many assets as possible. So I tell my crew, it's like, we got to build assets. All this is our liabilities. You know what I'm saying?
That's real shit.
Yeah.
That's real shit. Now I do want to talk about the hiatus from Hollywood because for a minute we seen you all the time. And we saw the Big Mama's house, and then we heard just certain things. So what was up with the hiatus?
So I did an interview, first of all, Comedy Hype. Let me tell you why I looked so crazy in the interview, number one. I was playing, I didn't clear this up, I was playing a rapper, which I think the movie's coming out in December. I did it years ago. It was called Trap City. He's with Jeezy.
Okay.
Jeezy's in it too. And I was playing a depressed rapper that was trying to learn trying to get his career off the ground. So I was 30, 40 pounds overweight, number one. And I was heavily drinking at the time. And so I would say that interview felt over dramatic because I was also in this dark character. Like, you remember when Terrence Howard did the interview with the wig on?
Oh, for sure.
He was in character for Fight Night.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do characters and you're doing interviews and blogs, you look even crazy because you're in a character.
Yeah.
So at the time, I would say that because of my spirituality that I was exploring, I would say that the conviction in what I was saying was very strong, but I also realized that it was also a part of my journey. And I think it was a lot of things with Kat and all these other comedians at the time, Chappelle, bringing forth these ideas of, wait a minute, why do black people, or why is this, why is that? I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that, it was a lot, and there was also a lot of stuff going on in my personal life.
Got you.
I was trying to figure out. I think, honestly, when I look back, I think I was just depressed too.
That's real.
And trying to figure it out. And that was I had my 30s. My 30s was just a rough time. It was a lot going on. My comedy special addresses it, chest out. I talk about my spiritual journey.
Got you.
I talk about everything in that. And that's why I think it's so good. Because I wouldn't say that I fully joined the cult, but I would say that the teachings I can validate teachings of understanding what that belief system is, which I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to give any wrong energy to the internet for them to twist my words.
No, I got you.
As I'm working. Because these are conversations I can have privately with spiritual leaders, because I know what they know and the knowledge they know.
Mm-hmm.
I could speak to a moray. I could speak to a pastor. I could speak to a spiritual leader about understanding the Abrahamic faiths, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that time, it was very strong. That the conviction was very strong. So when I looked back on my career, I saw a consistently thing of, I would say, an emasculation. It felt like it was emasculation. And look, I'm not here to judge or whatever for my convictions.
Mm-hmm.
For my convictions, especially at the time, it's like, okay, Percy Jackson, they want to put on a dress for that.
Mm-hmm.
Then they wanted me to do this and that. And then Big Mama, so I was like, hold on, what the fuck? Wait a minute, how many times? So I think I got upset.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, okay, guys, calm down. But the mature me understands how to handle, I don't want to say call it trauma, but there was some trauma there.
That's real.
And it could be spawned from my childhood. It could be, I thought about that. I was like, why did I go into this spiritual journey? I think it was trauma I was running from or something. It's deep, but I do believe that the way I presented myself on the Comedy Hype video, it gave the internet so much to run with, and it's like, not everybody wanted to talk about a damn dress. I'm so over it. I'm so over that whole period of my life. Like,
I feel that.
Like, no one cares.
Yeah.
And I express it in, I'm proud of my journey.
Good. Hell yeah.
I'm proud of all my films that I did. I'm proud of, because honestly, you could talk all this woke stuff, but when it's time to get a check, you know what I'm saying? Y'all sending some frankincense and myrrh to my house, and it's time to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you have $1? It's like they tell you to leave your job and follow God, or leave the world, Babylon, but then they ask for money, Babylonian money. Oh, they say, well, we're enslaved, It's like, nah, dog, you're not going to tell me to leave my job. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, so you want me to leave Hollywood. Let's get this straight, right? Let's just get, okay, you're right. God said, get out. Leave Babylon, right? That's what it is, right? Leave Babylon and go where? Where are we going? Where the hell are we going?
Right.
And then when it's time to go somewhere, you need money to go there. Or how about this? What job in America is a righteous job? And don't give me a pastor, because the pastors are asking for money, which is not a problem, from people who are working. Who's in Babylon working? It's a scam to tell somebody, and then I hear a lot of people say, "Well, you went back to Hollywood." No, I just went to work. So if I work at CVS, that's selling drugs. If I work at where construction, maybe. I mean, not this. Then you got some zoning or something for, you know. There's nothing perfect. So when I started to do the math in that, I'm just like, man, get out of here with this, man.
That's real shit.
You know. So yes, I'm back working.
Okay.
In the industry of entertainment, and I do in real estate and fashion and whatever we doing industry.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I was convicted from these things, from all these spiritual leaders who say, don't do this. But then they're asking for you to have money. I need to go to work.
Facts.
Like, well, son of Adam first. What the hell? They quick to ask for that check.
I got 2 more questions. I know. I got
Time
you.
is up.
We got to ask our
4:37.
keyword progress and get a drop, and that's it.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
And
The Progress Report.